Your dog could sleep anywhere in the house tonight. The warm patch of sunlight on the floor. The soft couch cushion that holds heat long after you've gotten up. The cool tile by the door in the middle of summer. The closet floor, the rug by the window, the empty corner of the room that nobody else wants. They have options, more options than most owners ever stop to consider. So why, out of every single one of those spots, does your dog climb into bed with you every single night and press their body against yours like there's nowhere else on earth they'd rather be? That question has a real answer, rooted in instinct and biology that goes back thousands of years. And once you hear it, you will never look at your dog curling up beside you the same way again. Stay until the end, because the moment your dog stops sleeping with you out of nowhere is the part almost no owner understands, and it might be the single most important thing in this entire video. Here's the truth most people never stop to think about. Sleep is the most dangerous moment in any animal's life. It's when every defense is down, when you can't see what's coming, can't react fast, can't protect yourself or anyone around you. Every instinct buried deep in your dog's brain knows this. Even if they've never spent a single night outside the comfort of your home, even if they've never faced a real threat in their entire life, that instinct doesn't disappear just because the world got safer. And yet, knowing all of that, fully wired to be cautious about vulnerability, your dog still chooses to lie down right next to you, night after night without fail. That's not laziness. That's not just about chasing warmth. That is your dog making a decision, consciously and repeatedly, that you are the safest place in their entire world, safer than any corner, any cushion, any quiet spot they could have picked instead. It goes deeper than emotion, too, and this is where it gets interesting. When a dog lies against someone they trust, their body actually changes. Their stress hormone, cortisol, drops in a way that can be measured. Their nervous system shifts into something calmer, something closer to true rest. And here's the part that should genuinely give you chills. The same thing happens to you. Your heart rate slows down. Your blood pressure eases. Your own stress hormones drop right alongside theirs. Without either of you trying, without either of you even realizing it's happening, your bodies start syncing up, breath by breath, night after night, until your rhythms practically become one shared rhythm. Your dog isn't just resting near you for the sake of it. Your dog is quietly regulating you, calming your body down on a biological level, and you are doing the exact same thing for them. Two nervous systems, lying in the dark, soothing each other without a single word passing between you. Now pay close attention to where exactly your dog positions themselves when they sleep, because that placement is not random, and it never has been. Dogs descend from animals that rested in groups, where different members of the group instinctively position themselves around the others, watching different angles, covering different entry points, staying just alert enough while the rest of the group slept deeply. That instinct never left, no matter how many generations removed your dog is from that world. A dog who sleeps facing your bedroom door is keeping watch over the entrance, whether they realize it or not. A dog pressed firmly against your back is covering the side of you that you can't see and can't defend. A dog curled up at your feet is positioning themselves at the exact spot they could react from the fastest if something happened. They know, on some level, that you live in a house with locks and walls and an alarm system, not out in open country surrounded by threats. But the wiring underneath all of that knowledge doesn't care about logic. Somewhere in your dog's mind, they have quietly assigned themselves a job, a post to hold, and they show up for that job every single night without ever once being asked. Even the exact shape your dog curls into while they sleep is sending you a message, and once you learn to read it, you'll start noticing it constantly. A tight curl, nose tucked in toward the tail, body folded small and compact, means your dog is protecting their belly, which is the single most vulnerable part of their entire body. If your dog sleeps like this beside you, it tells you they trust you, but there's still a small thread of instinctive caution running underneath that trust, a part of them that isn't fully ready to let go. Then there's the sprawl. Legs stretched out loosely in every direction, belly completely exposed, body heavy and relaxed in a way that looks almost careless. This is the deepest form of trust a dog is capable of showing another living being. Every survival instinct a dog carries tells them to protect that belly at all costs, and a dog who sprawls out next to you has switched every single one of those instincts off voluntarily because they feel that safe in your presence. And if your dog sleeps with their back turned toward you, don't take it as rejection, because it's the opposite. In the world dogs descend from, turning your back on someone while you sleep is one of the highest forms of trust that exists between two animals. It means they don't feel the need to keep an eye on you, because some deep, ancient part of them already knows, without question, that you would never hurt them. There's something even stranger going on underneath all of this. Something that has nothing to do with comfort and everything to do with devotion. Dogs are biologically wired to be most alert and most active around dawn and dusk, because that's when their distant ancestors hunted and survived. There is no natural reason on Earth that a dog's internal clock should bend itself to match a human being's daily schedule. And yet, somehow, it does exactly that. Dogs who form a close bond with their owner slowly, gradually rewrite their own sleep patterns to mirror their person's routine, settling down when you settle down, stirring just moments before your alarm goes off, anticipating your bedtime habits with an accuracy that genuinely surprises new owners the first time they notice it. This isn't something you trained. Nobody taught them to do this. It's thousands and thousands of years of evolutionary instinct quietly bending itself around one single person, simply because that's where they want to be, every hour of every day, including the hours you spend unconscious and unaware. Your dog can also feel things happening inside you that you haven't even admitted to yourself yet. Things you might not even know are true until your dog reacts to them first. A dog's nose is built to detect scent at a level that's almost impossible for a human to fully grasp. Sensitive enough to pick up the tiny chemical shifts your body produces under stress. Shifts you'd never notice in yourself. Add to that the months or years your dog has spent sleeping pressed against you, quietly memorizing your normal heartbeat, your normal breathing pattern, the exact way your body moves and settles when you're genuinely at peace, and you start to understand why your dog suddenly becomes clingy on the exact days you're struggling, the exact days something is wrong before you've said a single word out loud. They're not guessing when they do this. They are responding to real, physical, measurable data they've been quietly collecting about you in the dark for years. Data more detailed than most people realize their own dog is keeping. And now, here is the part you've been waiting for, the part that matters more than almost anything else in this video. If a dog who has slept beside you faithfully for months or years suddenly stops, suddenly pulls away, suddenly starts choosing to sleep alone in another room, do not brush that off as nothing. The most urgent possibility to consider first, especially if your dog is getting older, is physical pain or illness. Dogs instinctively isolate themselves when they're hurting, because in the world their instincts come from, showing weakness in front of others could get you killed. So if your dog suddenly starts avoiding the bed they used to sleep in every night without exception, a conversation with your vet is absolutely worth having, and sooner rather than later. But it isn't always about health. Sometimes it's something environmental. A new person who's moved into the home, a new pet competing for space and attention, a change in routine that feels small and forgettable to you but feels massive and disorienting to them. And sometimes the reason is purely emotional. Something startled them in that exact space, some moment of conflict or fear happened in that room, and now, instead of associating your bedroom with safety, they associate it with something unsettling they'd rather avoid. Whatever the specific reason turns out to be, your dog is not pulling away from you for no cause at all. They are communicating in the only way they know how, and it's on you to slow down, pay attention, and notice.